Natin yung iba para start tayo ng quiz.
What about Aang?
I think the Fire Nation will pay a hefty price for the Avatar. Now, get out of my ring!
Go, I'll be okay.
Toph, there's too many of them. We need an earthbender. We need you!
My daughter is blind. She is blind and tiny and helpless and fragile. She cannot help you.
Yes, I can. Let him go! I beat you all before and I'll do it again!
Okay. Dito na ba lahat? Pwede na tayo mag-start ng quiz. Hello? Hello? Can you start the quiz na para makaaga tayo makapag-discuss? Hello?
Yes,
Okay ba
student.
yan?
Yes, so,
Paano ako? Pa-check ako nito. Ay. Wayground tayo ha, Wayground. Yung parang ano to, dating quizzes. Nagaganto ba kayo dati? Wayground. Yun. So you only have at least a minute lang sana to answer the questions ha. Talagang susunod yung kailan na isa ka pa pwede tayo, di ba? Oo. Yung pinagyan niya. Kaya niya kakaroon niya. Every sa kami. Ito. Okay. Sige, pag-ingat mo. Sige. Parehas kami yung naman po. Opo. Sige po. Sige po. All students in? Pwede na tayo mag-start? 39, meron po mahabol. This is just to assess yourself, guys, ha? This is not graded. Wala naman tayong ano dito, wala namang grading system dito, no? This is just to assess you. So, ang goal natin dito is makasagot kayo within a minute. No? Within a minute. Kasi on board exam, typically, medyo maraming mga questions doon. So, mas ini-encourage na mas mabilis sumagot. Although di naman lagi dapat sobrang bilis. Pero at least, kailangan meron tayong sense of urgency na kailangan matapos natin or makasagot tayo in a minute or less than a minute. It's better. No? So, yun yung pinapractice natin. Kaya tayo lagi nag-quiz or nag-exam. Para practice natin testmanship nyo. Okay, so 39 students in. Okay na tayo dito. Start na tayo.
Go.
Yes. Okay, done na everybody? Di pa? Okay, we will end at exactly 10. Guys, nakikita yung mga nagta-tap switch, yung mga ha. Try to answer on your own muna para matest lang natin, mag-gauge lang natin. Okay, so before tayo mag-start ng lecture, nakapag-discuss na ba kayo about the muscles? May nag-discuss na sa inyo about the muscles, EOMs, innervations, movements, primary, secondary, tertiary?
Yes po, Doc.
Meron na? Antagonist, synergist?
Meron na.
Tayo doon? Okay. How about this one? Scotopic and photopic vision. Nakapag-discuss na.
Yes po, Doc.
Meron na?
Nahapyawan na po sa low vision.
Sorry.
Sa low vision.
As a low vision. How about phototransduction?
Na discuss na rin po ng konti rin ni Doc Kyle.
Oh, okay. So may mga idea na kayo. So expect magiging interactive tayo. Sige. Thank you. Okay. So alam naman natin na we have 10 layers of the retina. Tama? So yung mga 10 layers of the retina, namely yung pigmented layer natin or yung RPE. We have the photoreceptor layer. Siyempre, nandun yung mga rods and cones natin and yung mga projecting pigments natin. Typically, nasa outer membrane sila, no? We have the outer limiting membrane, we have the outer nuclear membrane that contains the cell bodies naman ng mga rods and cones natin. The outer plexiform layer, inner nuclear layer, inner plexiform layer, and ganglionic layer, as well as the nerve fiber layer and inner limiting membrane. Okay, to avoid confusion, first things first, saan unang-unang tatagos ang retina? Which layer? Yung una, ay retina, yung light, sorry. Saan unang-unang tatagos yung light? Which layer? Unang-unang tatagosan ng light natin? Where do you think? How about the others? How about the others? Tatagosan ha? Which layer yung unang-unang tatagosan ng light?
Inner limiting po.
Inner limiting. How about the others? So we have the inner
RPE.
limiting and the RPE. Okay. The right answer will be the inner limiting membrane. Okay? So the inner limiting membrane, so dito yung direction ng light natin, no? To avoid confusion, guys, ha? So ano mangyayari? From light outside, meaning the inner limiting membrane will be, from the word itself, inner. And dito yung pinaka-inner portion ng eye natin, or inner portion ng retina natin. Wherein, the direction of light will be up against this one. And then, the RPE will be the one that will absorb it. Okay? Once na na-absorb ng RPE natin yan, dun sa photochemical process ng visual process natin, di ba? The absorption of light. Once na nagkaroon ng absorption of light, it will be now passed through the photoreceptors. Yan. Doon na sila magkakaroon ng phototransduction after that. So to avoid confusion, the light or the direction of light will be passing first on the inner limiting membrane, but it is absorbed by the pigmented layer or the RPE. Okay? So goods tayo dito. Next. So, the foveal region of the retina and its importance in acute vision. So technically, yung ating fovea natin is a small part lang ng whole retina natin. Typically, ang sabi nga natin, it is a minute area lang eh. Minute area in the center of retina that occupies 1 square millimeter. Sobrang liit lang niya, no? And kahit sobrang maliit siya, it is capable on acute and detailed vision. Ibig sabihin ng acute, sudden. Diba? Sudden vision. Kaya minsan kahit glance lang doon sa isang bagay, alam mo na kagad kung ano yung bagay na yon. Although yes, hindi siya ganun ma-retain sa memory, but the detail and the quickness of that glance will give you an acute detailed vision. Okay? And of course, as we all know, sa center ng fovea natin, we also have what we call the foveola, or the center fovea, that occupies 0.3 millimeters in diameter. And mostly, it is composed of cones. So the entire foveola is composed of cones that aids in the visual image. Diba last time sabi natin that the 20% of the cones is mainly concentrated on the fovea. However, most of the cones, no? 20% of the cones, pero hindi naman siya totally cones lang. Okay? So if for example, ang tanong is which part of the retina, no? Which part of the retina has the major concentration of cones? That will be the macula. Pero kapag ang tanong, which area of the retina has the has the concentration of cones only. Okay? Has the only concentration of cones. So, ang sagot will be the foveola. Kasi doon lang mainly cones ang present. Walang rods na absent. Sa foveola lang. Pero sa fovea, may some of the cones, or sorry, some of the rods that is still available. Okay? Can you see the image, guys? Okay, so may mga rods pa rin yan. No? Even though, nandito tayo sa foveal part. May mga rods pa rin tayo dyan. So, most of the time, yung ating center portion, which is yung ating fovea, doon lang nagkakaroon ng concentration or 100% concentration of the cones. Okay? So now, kung mapapansin nyo, sabi, one of the reason why fovea is the area for keenest vision. One of the reason lang but this is not the main reason. It's because the blood vessels, the ganglion cells, the inner nuclear cells, and the plexiform cells are all displaced on sides. Okay? Hindi sila naka-rest directly doon sa top ng cones natin. So, wala nag-i-impede ng signal. So, kung mapapansin nyo dito sa picture natin, no, lahat sila are protruding on the sides. So, ibig sabihin, once na tumama yung ilaw dito, wala nang ibang dadaanan pa. So, ibig sabihin, tuloy-tuloy yung impingement of light that will create the keenest vision or aids the vision to be as clear as possible. This is one of the reasons only, but not the main reason. Okay, mamaya sasabihin natin, what is the main reason? Bakit siya yung tinatawag nating area for keenest vision? No? So next, rods and cones natin are essential components of photoreceptors. No? So siya nga yung main component natin. So ang rods daw natin has 2 to 5 micrometers. Cones naman natin has 5 to 8 micrometers, which is more slender than the rods. So, mas sexy daw siya compared kay rods natin that comprises 1.5 micrometers in diameter. And then, the outer segment natin contains what we call the visual pigment. Now, sabi natin nung last lecture, the components of rods and cones are the same. Tama? Chemically, parehas sila ng components. All have this same chemical components. However, saan sila nagkakaroon ng difference? Bakit hindi na lang parehas na rods? Bakit may cones pa? Anong difference nila ng dalawa? The only difference is the spectral sensitivity. What do you mean by spectral sensitivity? What do you mean by spectral sensitivity? Hello? What do you mean by spectral sensitivity? Ha? Spectral sensitivity is
Mas nare-recognize the colors.
colors. Yes, pwede. Ano ba? Colors lang ba? Ano yung mean when we say spectral sensitivity? Sensitivity today? Okay, very good. The wavelength or the light, di ba? The light itself. So, ang pinagkaiba lang nila, kahit parehas sila ng components or chemical structure, parehas sila. But the spectral sensitivity is kung kailan ba sila, kung ilang photons of light ba silang magkakaroon ng activation. For example, what would be the most light-sensitive photoreceptors? Is it the rods or is it the cones? What do you think? Sino kaya? Ang mas sensitive sa kanilang dalawa? Pataas ako ng kamay, sino nagsasabi na mas sensitive si rods? Okay, sino pa? How about yung mga, sige, how about yung mga nagsasabi na mas sensitive si cones? marami yung fake cones, no? So, kapag tinanong sa board exam, which is more light sensitive? Is it the rods or is it the cones? The answer is the rods. Okay. How? How do we say that the rods is the most sensitive to light? It's because for it to become the night or dim vision photoreceptor, it needs to be sensitive. Ibig sabihin lang nun, kahit kuunti lang yung ilaw na pumapasok sa mata mo, kailangan ma-activate siya. Technically, no, 1 photon of light lang ang kailangan natin para ma-activate yung rods natin. In comparison to cones, it needs 100 plus of photons para ma-activate siya. Okay? So, pag tinanong, which is more sensitive, that would be the rods. Kasi nga, siya ngayon for dark illumination natin na photoreceptor, which is for us, capable tayo to see even in dim illumination or dark illumination. So, kailangan mas sensitive siya sa ilaw. So, that will be the main reason. Okay? So, tatandaan nyo ha, ang kailangan para ma-stimulate si rods will be at least a photon only. 1 photon of light lang. However, si cones, it needs 100 plus or even 1,000 plus of photons para lang ma-activate yung cones natin. Okay? That's why, kahit sensitive si rods natin, kung mapapansin nyo, hindi naman siya mas clear yung vision. Di ba? Hindi ganun ka-clear yung vision niya. And, it is monochromatic. Ibig sabihin ng monochromatic, wala siya nakikita or napaperceive na color. Not unlike the cones have needs to have 100 plus photons, pero meron siyang detail. Okay? Mas makakita ka ng detail and makakita ka ng colors. Okay? That's the reason, ha? So, parehas ng component, all in all, but differs in spectral sensitivity. Now, on the outer segment, doon daw sa mga disk natin, so these are the disk, yan yung mga disk na tinatawag, no? Ito yung mga disk na tinatawag. So, dito daw nakareside yung ating mga photopigment. So, kung ito is rod, so meron tayong tinatawag na rhodopsin dito, which is yung visual purple natin. So, 1,000 daw each rods and cones. So, sobrang dami. Ibig sabihin, mas marami din ang naka-store na visual pigment natin. And, to support that, ang visual pigment natin composed of 40% of outer segment. Ibig sabihin, by the visual pigment itself, 40% na yung ino-occupy niya sa ng whole outer segment natin. Okay, so 60% na lang yung nasa disk. Okay, good. Next, sa inner segment naman natin. On the inner segment, guys, meron tayong mga cytoplasmic organelles. So, ano yung mga cytoplasmic organelles natin? We have the cytoplasm, the Golgi apparatus, the ERs, the SERs, the peroxisomes, ribosomes, and specifically yung mitochondria natin, which has the specific role to regenerate or to provide energy doon sa ating bones and rods. Okay? And at the same time, below doon sa ating inner segment, makikita na natin of course yung ating nucleus. Okay? Yung ating nucleus na yan, syempre as we all know, it carries our DNA transcription factor. Okay? Then, at the same time, doon sa pinakadulo natin, no, sa may axon, we have what we call the synaptic body. And this synaptic body contains what? Synaptic vesicle. Pag sinabi natin synaptic vesicle, it is a vesicle, lalagyanan, storage. No? Storage of what? Storage of neurotransmitters. So this neurotransmitters, so yung ating yung ating rods and cones carries neurotransmitter that is highly excitatory. Ay highly excitatory. So mamaya sabihin natin, what is that neurotransmitter that is highly excitatory? Okay? So, alam na natin yan. So sabi natin, synaptic body is a portion of rods and cones that connect neuronal cells, specifically on the horizontal, bipolar, and the amacrine cells. So ito yung mga discs. Give you an overview, yung mga discs. And then 40% of the whole outer segment is composed of visual pigment. Okay. So how about the pigmented layer of the retina? Uy, sorry, disgusting. Yan ako yan. Uy, sorry. Wait lang po ang saglit, sorry. Okay, so for our pigmented layer of the retina, hello? Ano niyo pa ako? Dinig niyo pa ako, guys?
Yes po, Doc.
For our pigmented layer of the retina or the RPE, sabi nga natin, it is pigmented, which is mostly, meron tayong abundance of melanin. Now, the melanin is a compound or a protein, no? Or a protein that provides what? That provides color or pigment doon sa ating retina. Kaya nga natin sinabing the retinal pigment epithelium. So anong function niya? It prevents light from reflection throughout the globe. And this is extremely important for clear vision. Why? Because if wala tayong pigmented area or pigmented part of the retina, or even yung other structures natin, it could cause scattering of light. Okay? Now, saan ba galing yung melanin na yan? So si melanin, no, ang precursor ni melanin is the amino acid tyrosine. Okay? This is the precursor of melanin, but not the main portion. So most of the time, yung tyrosine natin, it should be converted first to the levodopa.
Doc, medyo ano po yung audio niyo?
Ay, medyo ano ba? Yan. Kamusta?
Mas okay na po yan.
Thank you. Yan. So, ayun na, ulitin ko lang. So, ang precursor natin for the dopamine. For the precursor natin for the melanin will be the tyrosine. So, ito yung main na pagkukuhaan natin ng melanin. But, it should be first converted into levodopa via the rate-limiting enzyme, which is what we call the tyrosinase. Okay, so si tyrosinase is an enzyme that converts tyrosine to levodopa. Now, from levodopa, magiging dopamine. Okay, dopamine. And, doon muna tayo mag-start. You don't need to know na yung mga succeeding yan, no? But, typically, yan yung magiging dopamine and other neurotransmitters such as serotonin, no? Next, yung ating levodopa, dito manggagaling. So, from levodopa, magkakaroon ng isomerization which will cause melanin. Okay? So, dito magkakaroon ng melanin. So, si tyrosine to levodopa via the tyrosinase and the levodopa will be now converted to melanin via isomerization. So, ganun siya. Now, if for example, we have this disease, what we call the albinism. Most of the time, there is a gene fault on the OCA1 and OCA2. What do you mean by OCA1 and OCA2? OCA1 and OCA2 stands for what? Stands for, ano yung OCA1? Yung mayor ba yan? Sino yan? It is the oculocutaneous 1. Very good. Oculocutaneous 1 and oculocutaneous 2 gene. No? So, if you have a faulty OCA1 and OCA2, what will happen? No? If you have a faulty of OCA1, you will have the absence of this enzyme tyrosinase. Okay? meron kang absence of tyrosinase enzyme. Meaning, hindi ka makakapag-convert ng tyrosine to levodopa. And si levodopa is hindi magkakaroon ng melanin. So if wala kang tyrosine, if wala kang tyrosinase, wala kang makakonvert na levodopa. Meaning, hindi ka makakaproduce ng melanin. That's why, wala silang visual pigments. Wala silang pigmented layer, no? Yung may mga albinism. How about the OCA2? OCA2 is more mild than the OCA1. So dito, meron sila lang deficiency of tyrosinase enzyme. So deficient lang sila, hindi sila total absent. No? So ano nangyayari pag meron ng albinism? So as the light impinges doon sa ating different refractive media, magkakaroon ng reflection in all directions. Yung light na yun, once na nagkaroon ng reflection, mag-i-scatter siya all throughout kasi walang pumipigil doon sa light. Now, ano mangyayari? It will now cause too much excitation of the different receptors. If the receptors are too much excited, no, anong mangyayari? Anong mangyayari? Magkakaroon sila ng retinal bleaching. No? So, prone sila for retinal bleaching. And this retinal bleaching could cause low vision. Okay? Di ba one of the causes of low vision natin will be albinism. Discuss ni Doc Bry, di ba? One of the causes of the low vision is albinism. So, kung meron kayong mapipatient the next time na may albinism, typically, meron kayong or ini-expect nyo na yung mga vision nila will be subnormalized. No? Okay. Now, also, hindi lang melanin ang nasa pigmented layer of the retina. It also have vitamin A. So, vitamin A is essential for exchange back and forth through the cell membrane, through the cell membrane of the outer segments of rods and cones which embedded in the pigment. So, ano ibig sabihin nito? Si vitamin A is the one that is capable of regenerating the visual purples or the visual pigment. So, mamaya malasaman natin, ano ba yung sinasabi mo na regenerating of the visual pigment? Okay? So, this is after the phototransduction. Okay? So, tandaan niya, essential yan si ating vitamin A. No? Now, the blood supply of the retina. Now, the blood supply of the retina will be the CRA, which came from the ophthalmic artery, and also the choroid, or what we call the choriocapillaries. Now, how many percentage does the CRA for choroid, for choriocapillaries, and what does it supply on the retina? Sige nga. How many percentage yung sinusupplyan nila? And ano yung mga parts ng sinusupplyan ng dalawang ito? Anyone? Anyone? Sinabi natin last time yan, guys.
Yung CRA po, 20% po. Tapos, it supplies yung inner retinal layers. Tapos yung choroid po yung sa outer, 80% po yung sinusupply.
Okay, very good. So, inner will be the internal limiting membrane, the plexiform layer, di ba? Normally, yun. CRA. However, yung choroid naman natin, or the choriocapillary, supplies the neural retina. Namely, yung photoreceptor cells natin. Very good, no? So, bakit importante natin na malaman saan nanggaling yung CRA? So, discuss muna natin saan ba nanggagaling yung mga arteries na yan. No? So, typically, yung arteries natin, which is yung ophthalmic artery natin, came from the internal carotid artery. So, are you familiar with arc of aorta? Alam niyo naman aorta, tama? You know aorta, tama?
Yes po.
Oh, yes. Go. Sige. Hello? May addition ba? Sorry ah. Yeah. So, drawing na lang ang arc of aorta. So, did you know that the aorta has different or several parts? No? Several parts. We have the infundibulum, which has the right and common, right and left coronary artery. No? So, nandito sa infundibulum yan. And then, we have the ascending aorta. Yan, ascending aorta. And also, we have the arc of aorta, yung naka-arc. And then we have the descending aorta down to thoracic aorta, the abdominal aorta. So, ang dami, di ba? Ang daming portions ng aorta natin. But however, so ang pinaka-main lang natin dito will be yung arc of aorta. So, on this arc of aorta, meron tayong tatlong branch of different arteries, no, na mag-a-arise. So, ano ba yon? We have the number 1, the right brachiocephalic or the brachiocephalic artery. We have the left common carotid artery, and then we have the left subclavian artery. Okay, we have the brachiocephalic, we have the left common carotid, we have the left subclavian artery. Now, anong importance? Yung brachiocephalic natin, for as the name itself, brachio. Brachio means what? Brachio means ano? Brachio, dopado. Brachio means, guys, brachiocephalic artery. Brachio means ano? Arm, di ba? Brachio means arm, and cephalic means what? Head. Very good. Okay, head, no? So, ibig sabihin, yung artery ng brachiocephalic artery supplies the arm and the head. Yeah. So, ganun lang siya kasimple. So, now, the brachiocephalic, magkakaroon siya ng dalawang branch. So, we have what we call the right subclavian artery. Okay? And magkakaroon tayo dito ng right common carotid. Okay, now, from this right common carotid, it will now bifurcate. Pag sinabing bifurcates, maghihiwalay sila. In which area? Maghihiwalay sila sa C3 to C4. So, ibig sabihin ng C3, cervical 3 to cervical 4. No? For example, ito yung ating neck. Ito yung neck ng patient natin. Yan. Zoom natin. Ito yung neck ng patient natin. No? So, kunyari, ito yung C3, C4. So, from this common carotid artery, magkakaroon ng bifurcation. Okay, bifurcation, ito yung tenga. So, for example, yan na yan, ha? Ito na yung patient natin, no? So, yan. So, yung isa, yung common carotid artery, magbabifurcate siya into external carotid artery, which will now then supply the face, the head, the ears, no? It supplies that, no? However, the internal carotid artery will now go inwards of the skull. Ay papunta doon sa pinaka inner portion ng head natin, no? So ano mangyayari? Bakit importante itong internal carotid artery? Because the ophthalmic artery will be the first branch of the internal carotid artery. So tatandaan niyo yun, ha? The internal carotid artery is the major supply of all the brain, the head, di ba? But the first branch will be the ophthalmic artery. Kaya importante siya. So once na si ophthalmic artery is like pierce na doon sa ating posterior scleral foramina, hindi na ophthalmic artery ang tawag natin sa kanya. Ang tawag natin sa kanya, we have the CRA or the central retinal artery. Okay? Good tayo doon? Good tayo doon? Okay tayo doon, ha? Kaya
Yes po, Doc.
Now, the choroid, alam naman natin, doon sa mga layers of the choroid, you have the hallers, the sutlers, yung dalawang veins natin, and yung choriocapillaries natin, which has wide-bore fenestrated capillaries. No? So now, ano importance nito? The retinal detachment. So on the presence of retinal detachment, normally, anong nangyayari dito is cause siya ng injury or contracture of collagenous fibrils in the vitreous humor. So on the injury, syempre kapag nagkaroon ng injury, pwedeng mag-accumulate yung blood or yung fluid up against doon sa ating RPE. That's why, pinupush ng fluid or ng blood accumulation na yon yung RPE natin papunta sa inner portion ng eye. No? And about the contracture of collagenous fibers in the vitreous humor, pinupul niya naman yung retina towards the interior lobe. That's why nagkakaroon tayo ng retinal detachment. So this is the two main causes, no, kung bakit nagkakaroon ng retinal detachment. But of course, meron mga sub-causes yan, such as posterior vitreous detachment, yung mga ganyan, no? So ito lang yung main causes. It's either injury or contracture of collagenous fibers in the vitreous humor. Now, bakit important yung blood supply na yun? Because as the retina undergoes detachment, it can resist degeneration within days. No? Kung mafi-fix siya. No? So, may pag-asa pa ma-restore yung vision mo after surgical fix kung few days pa lang. No? Kung few days pa lang, yun nakakalipas after the retinal detachment. However, kapag long-standing na siya, let's say, nasa months na, years na, doon talaga, kahit magkaroon ng surgical fixation, hindi na siya magkakaroon ng normal functioning. That's why it's very critical na ma-detect natin kaagad kung meron bang retinal detachment si patient. Because we will be the ones that will see yung internal eye niya. So kapag nakita natin may signs of retinal detachment, kailangan na natin kaagad sila i-refer sa ophthalmologist, specifically specialist natin, para ma-fix kagad yun. Kasi pwede pang mag-function ulit. Okay? So bakit hindi lahat? Bakit yung iba is hindi naman nila napapansin, uy, may retinal detachment pala si patient ganyan. No? It's because hindi naman lahat is na wawala. No? Hindi lahat ng vision natin is nawawala after retinal detachment. So because of the blood supply. Okay? Because of the independency of blood supply. Diba? Meron kang dalawang blood supply ang retina natin. Hindi lahat is maapektuhan after retinal detachment. Okay? So, yun doon sa blood, yung importance ng blood supply ng retina. Now, how about the photochemistry of vision? So as we all know, yung ating rods and cones natin contains this chemical, no? That is decomposes after exposure to light. And this process will excite the nerve fibers leading from the eye. So ibig sabihin, yung visual pigment daw natin, ano nga yung dalawa natin visual pigment? We have the rhodopsin and the photopsin or iodopsin, or sometimes we call that tone pigments or color pigments, no? Which are degraded by or decomposed ng light. So ibig sabihin, yung light natin will be the catalyst, no? Will be the catalyst for the decomposition of this visual pigment. So kailangan ma-decompose yan para magkaroon tayo ng vision. So yun na yung tinatawag nating phototransduction. So, review lang. So as we all know, the rhodopsin is a light-sensitive chemical in rods. And the photopsin, iodopsin, cone pigments or color pigments is the light-sensitive chemical in cones naman. Okay? So, sorry, burahin ko lang to. Okay. So, kuha tayo ng isa. Sabi ko, paulit-ulit, rods and cones have similar components but differs in spectral sensitivity. No? So, yung rods and cones daw natin, no, it is mostly composed of two parts. We have the scotopsin, okay, and the retinal, or what we call the retinine, no, which is a carotenoid pigment. Okay, so this carotenoid pigment, retinal and retinine, pag sinabi natin carotenoid pigment, what is the carotenoid or what vitamin will be synonymous to carotenoid? Anyone? Kung sinabi natin carotenoid, ano ba yung sabihin ng carotenoid na yan? Ano vitamins ang related dyan? What?
Vitamin A.
Vitamin A, very good. So this is the vitamin A portion of the rhodopsin and also the iodopsin. Guys, sabi ko nga, parehas lang sila ng component. Now, this carotenoid portion, the retinal, is particular in type. So dapat, ang particular in type, ibig sabihin yung mga nandoon sa ating mata, sa retina natin rather, no, will be what we call the 11 cis retinal. Ano ba ibig sabihin ng cis na yan? Bakit kailangan ng cis form of retinal? Ano ibig sabihin pag sinabi natin cis? Going back to organic chemistry, what do you mean by cis? Cis form.
Same side po.
Very good, the same side. Meaning, yung dalawang functional molecule natin, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Dalawang functional molecule natin will be now on a same side. So typically at carbon 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 and carbon 6. So parehas sila. No? Parehas sila na nandun sa same side yung dalawang functional portion natin. Bakit important na dapat nasa cis form? Important na nasa cis form yung ating retinine or the retinal because this is the form where the scotopsin will bind. Okay? Dito magbabind yung scotopsin natin kapag nasa cis form siya. Hindi siya magbabind kapag na-degrade siya into some other forms. Ano ba yung opposite ng cis? We have the kung may cis siya, which has the two molecular functional groups are on the same side, how about the opposite?
Trans po.
Trans. Good, the trans. Okay. So the trans, ang meron naman sa kanya, since cis will be on the same side, si trans naman is on the opposite side. Okay. So kapag nasa trans form siya, technically hindi makakapag-bind yung ating scotopsin. That's why it's very important. Okay? Now, once na yung sabi natin kanina, di ba, kailangan ma-degrade or ma-decompose yung visual pigment natin upon striking of the light para magkaroon tayo ng vision. So from the rhodopsin, which is composed of 11 cis retinal plus scotopsin, once that the light strikes this visual pigment, it will now undergo degradation. Okay, so this will be the degradation process upon light stimulation. So, upon light stimulation, kailangan ihiwalayin natin ngayon si scotopsin and si 11 cis retinal. Ihiwalayin natin yan, pag-ihiwalayin natin yan. So, upon light stimulation, madidecompose sila pag-ihiwalayin, pero paano yung cascade of degeneration? First na mangyayari, si rhodopsin, upon nanoseconds lang upon light stimulation, tapos upon nanoseconds, magiging Bartók rhodopsin siya, which is a partial separation of scotopsin and the retinine part or the retinal part. Okay? Partial separation pa lang yan. And then after nanoseconds, magkakaroon tayo ng Lumiere rhodopsin. No? After microseconds, magkakaroon tayo ng METAR rhodopsin 1. Okay? After milliseconds, magkakaroon tayo ng METAR rhodopsin 2. Okay? After a second, magkakaroon tayo ngayon ng all-trans retinal. Transform na siya. Ibig sabihin, hindi na makakapag-bind si scotopsin. That's why humihiwalay na si scotopsin sa kanya. Okay? The scotopsin will now unbind because wala na si retinal portion on ACIS4. Nasa all trans na siya. Okay? So, good tayo dito. So, mamaya na yung succeeding parts sa regeneration. So, punta muna tayo. Oh, tinuro ko na ito kanina. Okay, so punta na tayo ngayon sa what we call the phototransduction. Okay, ano nga ibig sabihin ng phototransduction, guys? Ano ibig sabihin ng phototransduction? Doctors, ano ibig sabihin ng phototransduction?
Process power yung eye changes like energy to electric nerve signals.
Okay, very good. Okay. So this is the process wherein we convert light energy into electrical impulses. How do we convert that? Paano kaya? Ano kaya nangyayari dyan? Paano naging electrical signals yan? No? So, ganito yung process. No? So, dito, let's say, rods muna tayo. No? Pares lang naman yan. So, merong outer segment, may inner segment, may nucleus, whatsoever. No? But, the main part is, nangyayari dito sa ating mga disk. So, ano nga ulit yung meron sa disk natin? Ano nga ulit ang meron sa disk natin? We have the what? This visual pigment. Tama? 40% nga ng buong outer segment natin are all visual pigments. So, these visual pigments, tawag natin kapag rods to, it's called the rhodopsin. Kapag cones yan, it's called the photopsin or iodopsin. No? So, once that the light strikes, pumasok yung ilaw, na-strike niya ngayon itong si rhodopsin natin on this part, no? Since rods yung example natin, ano mangyayari? It will be now degraded through this degradation process, di ba? So, magiging all trans retinal and then magiging scotopsin or mahihiwalay si scotopsin. So, hihiwalay ngayon si all trans retinal and then hihiwalay din si scotopsin. Okay, so, this process will trigger an initiation cascade. So, ano ibig sabihin ng cascade na yon? So, bigyan muna natin ng mga several components pa yung ating outer segments. So, above dun sa apical portions ng ating mga outer membrane, no, meron tayong mga receptor dyan. Meron tayong mga gate channels dyan, no? May mga gated channels tayo dyan. So, what are these gated channels? These gated channels or ion channels, what we call, no? The ion channel is responsible for activating or initiation of electrical conduction. Okay, the electrical conduction via the action potential. Okay, ano ba ibig sabihin ng action potential na yan? Action potential, guys, nare-remember niyo yung tinuro ni Doc Ado about the muscle contraction. So, nagkakaroon tayo ng electrical conduction via action potential. Okay? So, electrical action muna. Okay? So, ano nangyayari? Ano nangyayari dito? Ano yung mga main components sa ions na kailangan natin? This is just like the muscle, guys. Anyone? Muscle contraction. Okay, sige. Bigyan ko kayo ng idea. So, ang endogenous cation natin na nasa outside of the cell, no, is the sodium. Okay? Most abundant ion outside the cell is sodium. And the most abundant cation on the cell will be the potassium. Inside the cell naman will be the potassium. Okay? So this potassium is the one that is responsible for what we call the resting membrane potential. Okay? Sabihin natin resting membrane potential. Okay, ano ba ibig sabihin nitong resting membrane potential? From the word itself, resting. It means lack of activity. Di ba? Wala siyang activity. So, meaning, ano mangyayari kapag nasa resting membrane potential siya? Walang nangyayari. At rest siya. Okay? Anong meron sa kanya? Meron siyang IPSP. Ano ibig sabihin ng IPSP? Inhibitory post-synaptic potential. Okay. Gets? This is inhibitory post-synaptic potential. At rest, walang nangyayari. Inhibition. Okay? So, sino responsible dyan? Si potassium. Now, upon the light triggering the rhodopsin, may mangyayari na ngayon. So, change yan. Anong mangyayari? Paano change? Once that the rhodopsin is separated into two portions, it will now trigger this cascade. Ano yung cascade na to? Ang cascade na to is the sodium channels. Sodium channels will now be blocked. Will now be closed. Magko-close yung sodium channel natin. So, wala nang sodium na papasok inside the cell. So, ang opposite nito, once na nag-close ang sodium channel, automatically, mag-open naman yung ating potassium channel. Pag nag-open yung potassium channel, potassium will leak out of the cell. Aalis ngayon yung ating potassium outside the cell. Okay? Aalis siya. Once na umalis siya, anong mangyayari? Walang sodium na pumapasok. Lumalabas yung potassium. What will happen to the cell? What will happen to the rod? Ano mangyayari, guys? Ano mangyayari kapag nag-block yung sodium channels, nag-leak yung potassium, ano mangyayari? Take a look at this one. Ano to? Take a look at this one. Ano yan? Ano yan, guys? Doctors, what is that? Positively charged. Kapag nawala yung positively charged inside the cell, what will happen? Very good. Yun, magiging negatively charged. Okay? Once na umalis yung potassium, nawala yung potassium at na-block yung sodium channels kasi nga wala na pumapasok na sodium. So, may inhibit ngayon yung positivity ng cell natin. It will all be negative. So, once na naging negative yan, we call that hyperpolarization. And this hyperpolarization is ultimately opposite with the muscle contraction. At tandaan nyo, this is the opposite of muscle contraction. Okay, kaya special yung ating rods and cones, yung mga photoreceptor, because it's opposite with the muscle contraction. Kumbaga, dinidefine niya yung physics upon dun sa muscle contraction. In this hyperpolarization, it will be now triggered yung tinatawag nating EPSP. Ano ba yung EPSP yan? Kung may IPSP tayo, meron din tayong EPSP. EPSP stands for excitatory post-synaptic potential. Meaning, magkakaroon na ngayon ng activation. Diba? Pero hindi pa mangyayari yon. This is a cascade, diba? Sabi ko nga, this is a cascade. So, ano mangyayari pa? Once na nagkaroon ng hyperpolarization yung outer membrane natin. So, meron tayong tinatawag na second messenger. No? So, this second messenger, we call that the CGMP. Okay? CGMP stands for the cyclic guanosine monophosphate. Okay? The cyclic guanosine monophosphate. Ano ang trabaho ni cyclic guanosine monophosphate? Ang trabaho ni cyclic guanosine monophosphate will be ang trabaho ni cyclic guanosine monophosphate is to keep the cell positive. Okay? Is to keep this cell depolarized. Okay? Ito yung opposite ng hyperpolarization. Anong opposite ng hyperpolarization? Kapag positive naman ang cell, we call that depolarization. So kapag positive ang internal cell natin, we call that depolarization. Pag negative, we call that hyperpolarization. And this depolarization will exhibit IPSP or inhibitory postsynaptic. Ayun ang trabaho ni CGMP. Kailangan i-maintain niya na depolarize yung ating rods. However, since ang nangyayari, once na na-trigger yung ating negativity or hyperpolarization, it will be now stimulate the G protein. Okay, what is this G protein? G protein is called the transducin. Okay? So, anong trabaho ng transducin? Si transducin is able to stimulate an enzyme that will degrade this CGMP. Sino yung enzyme na yon? So, i-stimulate niya tinatawag nating phosphodiesterase to inhibit the action of CGMP. Okay? To inhibit the action of CGMP. So, once na na-stimulate si transducin dahil sa hyperpolarization, stimulate si transducin will be stimulate the PDE or the phosphodiesterase, which will then, the phosphodiesterase will now, what? Degrade the CGMP receptors. No? The second messenger. De-degrade niya yung second messenger na yan. Okay? Once na nagkaroon ng degradation of the CGMP, ano mangyayari? Hindi niya ma-maintain yung positivity, depolarization. Ano mangyayari? Kapag hindi niya na nagkaroon or wala ng positivity, wala ng depolarization, all throughout the cell will be now negative. Will be now hyperpolarized all throughout the cell. And this hyperpolarization, as we all know, triggers EPSP, excitatory postsynaptic potential, will be now triggering this, what we call calcium-gated channel. Saan? Dito sa ating synaptic body. Okay? So, ano mangyayari? Ano meron dito sa calcium-gated channel na ito? Ang daming channel naman, gate pa yan. So, si calcium-gated channel will be now released from the synaptic body to bind on the synaptic vesicle. So, dito yung synaptic vesicle natin. Si synaptic vesicle, as we all know, anong meron sa kanya? Anong ino-hold niya? Vesicle means storage. Di ba? Ano yan? Ano meron sa kanya?
Neurotransmitters po.
Very good, the neurotransmitter. So this neurotransmitter, once na nag-bind yung calcium, it will be now fused into the apical membrane or the basement membrane of the neuropodium and release this neurotransmitter. So what are these excitatory neurotransmitter called? Ano nga ito? We call this the what? The glutamate. We call that the glutamate. Okay? We call this the glutamate. So, ano napansin nyo? Did we suffice the explanation of phototransduction? Wherein from the light, it is converted into electrical energy. Bakit natin nasabing electrical energy? Can you see? Ang dami nating negative, ang dami nating positive na binablock. So this electrical conduction will be converted, into another chemical conversion, which is from electrical conduction, magkakaroon tayo ng release of neurotransmitter, which is a chemical to stimulate the visual process. Okay, do you get it, class? Do you get it? Okay ba tayo dito? May tanong? May gustong ulitin? May gustong i-clarify? Okay tayo dito? Questions? Good tayo dyan, ha? Sure? Okay. Very good, no? So, naintindihan yung phototransduction natin. So, that will be the cascade of phototransduction. Okay? Now, sabi dito, once na nagkaroon ng phototransduction, ano nangyayari? Di ba madedegrade yan? Madedegrade yung rhodopsin natin. Paano babalik yung rhodopsin again? Siyempre, may succeeding light pa. Paano pag pinatay yung ilaw? Nawala ngayon yung ilaw. Wala na magdedegrade sa rhodopsin. Humiwalay na yung scotopsin kay all-trans retinal. Paano ulit magkakaroon ng regeneration? Diba? So, ano mangyayari? Magkakaroon ngayon ng regeneration or formation of rhodopsin via the vitamin A. Okay? So, ang main compound natin, no, for the regeneration will be the vitamin A. Vitamin A, guys, is a lipid-soluble essential micronutrient. Ano ibig sabihin ng essential? No? When you hear the word essential, it means it cannot be formed or synthesized inside of your body. Okay? It should be ingested exogenously via food or supplementation. Okay? So, hindi mo siya pwedeng i-synthesize sa body mo. Yung vitamin A natin, it is one of the lipid-soluble vitamins, micronutrients. Ano ba yung mga lipid-soluble vitamins? We have the vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin E, and vitamin K. Pag sinabing lipid-soluble vitamins, those are that can pass to the cell membrane kasi lipophilic sila. So, these four vitamins are lipid-soluble and all essential. Okay? So, this is one of the essentials si vitamin A, no? Essential, which means hindi na kaya i-synthesize ng body natin. These are all essential, no? Hindi kaya i-synthesize ng body natin yan. Kailangan merong outside force or exogenous reaction para magkaroon tayo ng vitamin A. So, if, for example, yan, meron tayong sufficient vitamin A. So, ano mangyayari? From all-trans retinal, it will be now converted. Yan, it will be now converted into all-trans retinol via the vitamin A. And then all-trans retinol will be converted by 11-cis retinol. And this 11-cis retinol will be now converted into 11-cis retinal. So this 11-cis retinal, as we said earlier, 11-cis retinal is a form that can bind with the scotopsin. So once na nag-bind na siya with scotopsin, you will now have rhodopsin, the regeneration of the rhodopsin. This is after the phototransduction, meaning kapag wala ng ilaw. Okay? Pag wala ng ilaw. Pero kapag may ilaw pa, tuloy-tuloy ang phototransduction. As long as may ilaw, may phototransduction. Pero pag pinatay yung ilaw, pag pumikit ka, technically, this will now happen. The regeneration of rhodopsin and also the photopsin or iotopsin. Okay? Good tayo dito. Now, ano ang relevance ng vitamin A? For example, in excess of vitamin A, masyado pang nagre-reduce ng rhodopsin. So, ano mangyayari? Wala na dedegrade na rhodopsin, hindi ka nakakapagkaroon ng phototransduction. Kaya hindi rin maganda ang excess of vitamin A. Kasi marami kang all-trans retinal na kino-convert or re-regenerate para maging rhodopsin. In excess of vitamin A, ha? So, palagi ka lang nagre-recover, nagre-regenerate ng rhodopsin. Yun lang ang ginagawa, hindi ka nagde-degrade. Yung kailangan nga natin for vision is degradation, di ba? So, ganun siya. However, when you have a deficiency of vitamin E, ano nangyayari? Wala ka naman ngayong regeneration ng rhodopsin. Puro degradation. Nag-accumulate lang yung all-trans retinal mo. So, wala kang regeneration. However, hindi kahit meron tayong deficiency doon sa vitamin A, hindi magmamanifest yung mga signs and symptoms sa mata. Not until month and so. So, kung deficient ka for above a month, no? Let's say 6 months, 3 months, doon pa lang magmamanifest yung night blindness. Okay? So, ano mangyayari doon sa night blindness? Bakit nagkakaroon ng night blindness? So, as we all know, ang night blindness is the deficiency of, or most common cause is the deficiency of vitamin A, wherein yung ating all-trans retinal is hindi na regenerate into rhodopsin. Okay? Tendency, kapag hindi nagkakaroon ng regeneration, namamatay ngayon yung mga cell. Okay? That's why it causes night blindness. Okay? Bakit month lang? Bakit months pa bago magkaroon ng ano? Bakit hindi immediately pag deficient ka sa vitamin A, magkakaroon ka na ng night blindness? No. Because meron tayong vitamin A storage which is found on the liver. Okay? Yung vitamin A storage natin, nandun siya dun sa tinatawag nating ito cells. Okay, sa ito cells. So, these ito cells is found on the liver sinusoids. Okay, found on the liver sinusoids. Meaning, kahit deficient ka na sa vitamin A, pwede pang gamitin nung mata mo yung mga nakastore na vitamin A sa liver. Okay? Then, if you want to treat it, nalaman mo yung masyado mababa yung vitamin A mo sa katawan. Deficient ka sa vitamin A. It could be now reversed in less than an hour via the intravenous injection of vitamin A. Okay. So, if mababa ka sa vitamin A, no? Yun yung deficiency na will cause night blindness or the nyctalopia. Okay? Okay. So, yan. Good pa tayo dito? Okay na tayo dito? Role of vitamin A for formation of rhodopsin. Okay tayo dito? May questions ba? May questions ba? No?
Wala naman.
Wala. Okay tayo? Hindi naman na overload. Pwede tayo mag-proceed? Pwede na mag-proceed. Last na lang to. Last slide na lang. Tapos okay na tayo. Kasi yung mga iba pa, medyo mahabang explanation. Baka ma-overload na kayo, no? Meron pa tayong lateral inhibition, retinal ganglion, mga polarizing, hyperpolarizing, yan, mga yan. So, next time na yan, next meeting naman natin, no? Upon siguro face-to-face na. Sana face-to-face. Okay, so ito na. Next, ito na yung last natin na objective for today. So, which is more sensitive to light, rods versus cones? Sinabi na natin kanina to, that the minimum light trigger for the rods will be 1 photon and the cones will be 100 plus photon. Primary function natin will be the night and peripheral vision, color and detail vision. Ang recovery speed natin slow, okay, on the rods. Pero fast naman doon sa ating cones, no? Total count in human eye is 90 to 120 million for the rods, 5 to 7 million naman the cones. So, if, for example, how do we adapt? If nasa, ganun pa rin example natin. Galing ka ngayon sa mall, di ba? Sa inside of the mall. Pumasok ko ngayon sa sinihan. So, ang instance natin will be light to dark. Paano magkakaroon ng adaptation? Okay? Magkakaroon ng adaptation if, since yung light na pumapasok sa mata natin, from light is marami. Meaning Meaning cones ang active, tama? Cones ang active kasi maraming photons of light na pumapasok sa mata during nasa inside of the mall ka, nasa maraming ilaw ka. Okay? But, kapag pumasok ka sa dark illumination, let's say sa sinihan, no, bababa yung light na pumapasok sa mata. Magiging rods ang activated. So, yun ang mangyayari to the light adaptation. If maraming light na pumapasok, activated si cones. Kapag maraming light na pumapasok activated si cones and inhibited si rods. Okay? Inhibited si rods. Kapag naman, konti ang light na pumapasok sa mata, baliktad. Activated naman si rods, pero inhibited si cones. Hindi pwedeng magkasabay yung dalawa. Bakit hindi pwedeng magkasabay yung dalawa? It's because they are different in spectral sensitivity. Magkaiba sila ng sensitivity on a certain spectrum. Kailangan lang nito, yung rods, 1 photon, kailangan naman nito, yung cones, 100 plus, para ma-activate. So, if hindi nasusupplies yung kailangan or yung requirement for it to become activated, hindi magkakaroon ng activation. Such as when we go to light and dark or dark to light illumination. Yes? Okay tayo doon? Good tayo doon?
Yes po, Doc.
Questions? Mga questions ba tayo? Das na tayo dun na. So next natin will be automatic regulation of retinal sensitivity. How does the eye adapt? Other mechanism. Neurotransmitter. So hindi pa tayo tapos dito sa ating phototransduction. Dito pa lang tayo Dito pa lang tayo nag-stop upon the release of glutamate. So once na na-release na yung glutamate natin, syempre ipapasa yan doon sa mga second receptors natin, no? Yung mga second messengers natin. So yung mga bipolar, so next na yon. Next na sila doon. Okay? Meron pa bang questions? Sure. Yes, same lang. Same lang. Kung cones yan, ganun lang din. Ganun lang din ang mangyayari. Okay. Same lang sa recovery, Same ang recovery, Vitamin A din. So, for example, all transretinal into all transretinol to 11-cis-retinol to 11-cis-retinol plus scotopsin, pwede maging iodopsin or photopsin yan. Depending doon sa sa structure given. Kung rods ba yan or cones. Yun lang naman sila differ spectral sensitivity. Other than that, chemical component, the process are all the same. Okay? Okay tayo dito?
Yes po, Doc.
Questions? Wala? Questions? Okay, so next week, next week, So, sa susunod na meeting natin, tapusin muna natin lahat to, and then after the discussion, we will have a quiz. No? After the discussion, we will have a quiz, Now, I hope na nakapag-take notes kayo, kasi hindi ko muna bibigay yung PowerPoint. No? After na lang. After na lang ng buong discussion, doon ko lang bibigay yung PowerPoint. Okay? Okay? Okay, so, if wala nang questions, I hope you learned something, no? You learned something. Okay, thank you class for listening. Okay, bye-bye.
Thank you po, Doc.
Thank you po, Doc. Thank you po, Doc.